I'm going to do two things today. First, we're going to install the Fujifilm firmware update. Secondly, I'm going to tell you what I really think about it. Hi everyone, welcome to Pal2Tech. Today, Fujifilm released their promised firmware update to a number of camera models. As of now, these firmware updates are available to the following cameras: the GFX 100 and 100S, the GFX 50S, the X-T4, the X-T3, and the XS10. I'm sure that the other cameras, such as the XE4, X-T30, and the X100V, are going to be coming soon. The firmware is designed to address the issue that Mac users were having when shooting on SDXC cards larger than 32 gigs. Now, I made a whole video on this issue already, and I will have a link to that video in the description down below. Basically, the issue that this new firmware addresses has to do with the camera storing up to 9,999 images in a single folder on the SD card. Now, Windows computers have no problem whatsoever doing that, but Macintosh computers choke on it and make some of the photos inaccessible. So today's firmware update fixes the issue. Well, works around it, not fixes it. More on that in a minute. To get this new update, you can either use the Fujifilm app or you can install it using an SD card. If you are using the SD card method, download the firmware to a blank formatted SD card and then place the SD card in slot 1 of the camera and turn on the camera while pressing and holding down the DISP back button. And now, with the firmware fully installed, the camera is now restricted to only recording a maximum of 999 frames to a single folder. Let's test it out. Okay, I need a lens now to shoot some test photos. Oh, I know. Why don't I use this Viltrox 13mm? Haven't been able to review it yet. May as well use it for something. Okay, now I'm going to put the camera into continuous high electronic shutter and shoot a lot of photos. Okay, that's enough for now. Let me take out the SD card. Let's put it into a Mac and see what we get. And look at this. I've got 3 folders. Each folder has 999 images. So I just shot 2,322 images, and the camera generated 3 folders. The first 2 folders contain 999 images. The second folder contains 324 images. So the firmware update works. So, as promised, here are my thoughts on this. First, this should have never been a Fujifilm problem to have been resolved. As someone who owns multiple Apple products and uses them every single day, let me say this: shame on Apple for not addressing this SDXC card files and folder problem. They already have more money than God, the Holy Spirit, and the Federal Reserve Bank. They can't hire a few developers to program a fix for their operating system? Second, even though, thankfully, Fujifilm did step up and issue a workaround, not a fix, but a workaround, I must say that I'm surprised that they didn't make an option located right in the Save Data menu, and they could have called it Allow SD Card Mac Compatibility. I use Mac computers all the time. However, from the statistics on this YouTube channel, which, I don't know, has a few Fujifilm users maybe subscribed to it, I can tell you that a majority of my audience uses Windows, not Macs. And some of them may not want to be forced to have multiple folders containing 999 images when they're used to a workflow that uses a single folder to process and store all of the photos from their shoot. Now, the world is not going to end or anything for these Window users. But why the hell should they have this limitation be put on them just because Apple Corporation couldn't be bothered to spend a few dollars and fix this problem with their operating system? So again, my issue is with Apple, not Fuji. And I actually commend Fujifilm for spending the time and the money to put this workaround into place. Is it a perfect solution? No. But it is a workaround that does solve a very serious issue for Mac users. As hard drives, SD cards, and attached network storage systems are getting larger and can handle more files, I'd like to see companies like Apple, Microsoft, Fujifilm, Sony, Canon, etc. coordinate more closely together on how to best implement photo and video file format standards. Apple finally joined the rest of us living in 2022 and put the SD card slot back on their latest laptop, which, by the way, this is the single best computer I have ever used in 42 years. More on that in a future video. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found the video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I will be back very soon in an all-new video. Take care.